Hey guys, welcome to the we have
Turn around and tell me what you see
I wish I could sing it back to
in
you,
her
but I hate
face,
you.
the mirror of your dreams.
Yeah. So that's
Make
what we're just
believe I'm everywhere, hidden in the. Okay, no, my I can't read all those lyrics.
No.
Go.
Okay, sorry. Okay, so I don't think I've introduced, so it's perfect that we're doing it for Stranger Things. See what I did there? I'll see myself out. Yeah, so you have me, Lacey, you have Dustin or Duck over here, and we're discussing the first three seasons of Stranger Things today, which first aired in 2016. I almost put 1916. I was like, that's not right. Anyway.
Isn't that crazy how long ago it came out?
Yeah, and some of them, like when they first started, like the one girl, the red hair Max, she's like a 27-year-old playing like she'll be 20.
He's 27.
She's gonna be 27 in the fourth season, but she's
Holy
playing a
shit.
15-year-old or however old they
Holy
are.
shit.
And I was like, I guess I don't know how, but the other ones are like a little bit closer in age, but yeah,
Yeah.
she's 27.
Yeah. Well, they kind of had to be, right? She didn't. No, wait, she came on for the second season.
Yeah, that's when she first started. Yeah, and
Mad Max.
Mad Max. Yeah, and they actually had Winona Ryder, who's closer to 44, she was playing 30 in the show, right? Which is weird.
And they had to stop her from stealing things because she said it was such a rush. No, that didn't really happen.
They made her drink.
But she did actually get arrested for stealing shit at one point. And like her whole thing was just like, I don't need it, but it's kind of exciting, I guess.
Yeah. And like she kind of seems like, even in movies that she plays, like that she would do that. She's always kind of a mess.
Just for fun.
Yeah. Yeah, so the series was created by the Duffer Brothers, who are also executive producers along with Sean Levy and Dan Cohen. Looked up, no relation.
Every time you hold up your drink, it's just like the right angle. It's seized right there.
That kid did not age pretty. But
no, he didn't. You know what? And I can't help to think, but like as he got older, if like, you know, like I was just like this gangly little fuck, like everything he does bothers me.
They all are kind of weird looking. They're all at that weird age.
Yeah, like, yeah.
It's
well, like, you know, I don't think it like really helps that they like took 3 years for this season, and it's supposed to be like the fourth season's supposed to be like a couple of months just off of the third. I think like a year or so. Right? Yeah. Don't none of you grow up. They all come back as adults. They're like, fuck.
He's got a 5 o'clock shadow. Yeah. So I have a question for you. Why do you think Stranger Things was such a hit from the get-go?
The nostalgia, for sure.
For sure. I agree.
I think a lot of it is like just and like that. It's like what kept me away from it when like I didn't start watching it until the second season was coming out, and I was like, all right, I'll finally watch the first, see what it was all about. And I'm like, holy shit, that was amazing.
Yeah. Yeah, I think like I found it instantly like Goonies, like I felt like I was watching the Goonies again, or like Stand By Me. Like you got that core group of friends and they're all kind of just like they're on an adventure of some kind, right? It's that trope.
On their bikes.
On their bikes.
In 80s, you know, like yeah, it's got that like Steven Spielberg, like you know, like E.T., Goonies, like, you know.
Yeah. Oh, did Spielberg do Goonies?
I don't know.
I think so. Maybe.
I don't know.
We should have looked that up, I guess.
Yeah, but this isn't about Spielberg.
That's true. Yeah, that's
Spielberg
true.
is a footnote in this. That's it. Take that, Spielberg.
He's a footnote.
Yeah.
I found too, like, you thought I cheated when I told you this when I was watching some different scenes. I found that it reminds me of the town from It a lot.
Oh yeah.
Like Hawkins does. And like, so instantly I just felt like just the setting is somehow, I don't know how they do it, but it's very, very Stephen King. Like,
just the small town, and like the kids are like
yeah.
handling everything and the adults just go about their business. Like Mike's dad.
That's a perfect way of putting it.
Yeah. I love Mike's dad so much. He kills
Doesn't
me.
care.
Yeah. Hi.
Hi.
I like when Dustin calls him out on it in the second season. He's like, Jesus Christ, you really are freaking useless. And he's like walking away cursing. And he like does it, and he just like stands there and his story's like, hi, language.
And I feel like they definitely play with that, right? So it kind of it lends to that nostalgia.
Especially with his character anyway. Like, you know, Mike's mom's a little more, well, you know what? Mike's mom's just trying to bang Billy.
Yeah, that's true. So I guess we should start with season 1.
Absolutely.
I wrote out the top moments that I thought stood out. So I don't know if you want to go through those or if you also have a list. I don't know.
Now let's go through your list. I got, you know, I'll poke in with any you don't bring up.
Okay. So in the first season, the first one that I put is when they find Will's body, and they find out that he's a Build-A-Bear, basically, or Hopper does.
Yeah.
That was creepy. Yeah. It still gives me nightmares, kind of. It's like
I really liked before that one when they're finishing up their D&D game, it really like shines a light on like how like little the parents are paying attention when he's like we've been playing for 10 hours, and his mom's like 10 hours. It's like, you didn't wonder where you're like what they were doing for 10 whole fucking hours.
You know what though, you leave it be. I used to role play with my brothers. You leave it be. You're like, you hungry? Are you eating? Okay, cool.
Yeah, I like them like riding home after that, and the Demogorgon like coming to get Will, and that was freaky. The first time I seen him, like, holy shit, this show's spooky.
Gun?
Yeah.
So I guess I should have made it like 10 because I feel like I'm missing some moments, but that's okay.
It's okay.
So I put when 11 takes them to the portal of the Upside Down, but is like actually trying to take them away from it. And then the kids find out and they start fighting.
When they go to the woods with her for like the first time.
Yeah. And it's the first time you see her like kind of like she whips that other kid, Lucas. Yeah,
Lucas.
Mike,
yeah.
And he hits his head or whatever, which like they just didn't check on, but that's fine. Cool friends.
Right.
I guess you guys are like, so close.
Like, listen, okay. Checking on concussions isn't a part of the party's rules.
You asleep, we can leave.
Yeah.
And it's kind of the same idea though, but the bully scene when she shows up because they've been looking for her or whatever. Oh, and she like breaks that one kid's arm, and it's dark.
That is the most badass fucking moment. Like, I think that's like just like even the music, how it like gets all serious, and like, you know, it does. It's like, that's right, she's crazy. She's our friend. Yeah, she's our friend, and she'll kill you. I fucking love Dustin.
Again, though, that reminds me of Stand By Me. It's almost the exact same scene.
Yeah.
Without, the superpowers.
Even better with superpowers, I'd say.
It was way better with super.
Right?
And like, who hasn't wanted to do that as a bully or like
Right.
totally, right? Like
Right.
have somebody
I
that
liked
can
when
just
she
like,
made the kid like piss himself before, and they're
yeah.
and they're like trying to like tell the cops about it later, and like the cops are just kind of making fun of the
It's
kid
like,
too for pissing himself. So
yeah.
it's like, oh god, on brand, on fucking brand for the
Yeah,
80s. I
that's what
love it.
everybody wants.
Yeah.
um I put the when they finally like find Will in the upside down and Hopper like pulls that gross tentacle out of his
Oh
mouth
yeah.
and like starts doing CPR and it goes to like the flashbacks of like his
Yeah, of his
daughter
daughter,
and
and
it's
he
just
like,
like he's a really good actor.
yeah, right. It's yeah, that's when like it's when he starts transitioning from like cop Hopper to like dad Hopper.
Which we are going to talk about because I love him.
Oh my,
And you want to be him.
it's where I live. It's where I fucking live.
um and then the last one I put, spoiler alert if you haven't watched season 1, when 11 says she's going to use all her powers to like kill the monster, but it's going to kill her basically in doing it, and like her last words are just like goodbye, bye Mike.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that like meant so much more then because she wasn't really talking then, right?
Yeah. Yeah,
Uh,
which is like
yeah,
he liked her, but she didn't talk that much. I'm offended.
yeah. You know what though? Just like even that moment, like I fucking I like you know what? That's the parts that get you. The part that get me is when like the kids are fighting for each other, and I'm like, oh, they're friends. The
Right?
friendship. Like fucking those kids are like standing in the back of the classroom. They don't stand a fucking chance against this thing. But they're still like, well, all we got is a slingshot, so let's fucking do it, I guess.
Do you think Luke and I would do that for you?
No, 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 no. You guys would be like, fuck it.
Instantly push you in front of it.
Save us, Dustin. You know what? Maybe I just think that because I have main character syndrome. I'm like,
Man,
I
I'm
need
really
to
glad
get that
Dustin sacrificed himself back
one.
there.
Yeah. It's kind of weird how he stood in front of it with his arms outreached, screaming for a bit, but he tried.
But yeah, those are my top moments from season 1. I
Yeah.
don't know if I missed anything that you would have.
I liked when like they're riding their bikes and the like government agents are like coming towards them and 11 flips the van,
Oh yeah,
right?
forgot about that.
Yeah, that was fucking awesome. Will really wasn't in the first season that much. Like he was a huge part of it, but like it was finding Will, right?
Yeah, he's kind of like a secondary character, even
Yeah.
though it's centered around him.
Hmm. And
But
like I loved Winona Ryder playing like crazy frantic mom, like
yeah,
look
with
at
the
my
lights.
lights.
That's what I mean. She would be a perfect shoplifter, no
Yeah,
matter
right.
what.
Don't touch my purse. I don't know you. Nice.
No, she
But
plays
yeah,
a really good, yeah, frantic, like, where the frick's my kid? Nobody's doing
yeah.
anything.
Just like on her last nerve, right? Like
Yeah. Before her
kind of.
kid went missing, she was on her
Yeah,
last
yeah,
nerve.
yeah, yeah. And like Jonathan and Nancy, right?
Yeah, who cares?
Right? You know what? I didn't really care about it too much. Like Steve's my guy though, especially season 2. Steve, we'll get into season 2, Steve. But, like,
Yeah, yeah.
you
Steve
know,
becomes a favorite.
right?
Way better
Steve,
than
well,
Jonathan.
fucking he goes from like, kind of asshole to like, big brother,
Yeah.
babysitter, right?
The
And
big
then
brother
like,
nobody asked for.
well, Dustin did. Dustin fucking loves it.
That's true. They're bromances.
Right.
Okay.
But yeah. All right. Season 2.
Season 2. So season 2, we have a couple new characters. We have Max that comes in, or Mad Max, the redhead.
Yeah.
I called her brother Dirt Stash Billy because
Do you know he he played the Red Power Ranger in the latest Power Ranger movie.
Really?
Yeah, he did.
Did he still have a dirt stash?
I don't think he did. And like I like Billy personally. I loved his character like straight through, even when he's being like a total asshole.
Oh
Like
yeah.
fucking in the third season when the one kid's running around the pool, he's like, "Hey, lard ass!" I die laughing every single fucking time, just because like it's just like he's able to be such an open asshole to everyone. Everyone's like, he's so cool because it's the 80s.
Yeah. And like there is something admirable about somebody that doesn't give a fuck if people like them. Whoa, he disappeared completely. Whoa, you look like you're being abducted there for a minute.
I dropped my pen.
So in season 2, oh, and then we also have Bob the Brain, who was the kid from Goonies, which makes my day.
And Rudy.
And was
and
that
Samwise. And
right?
Samwise, yeah.
Okay.
There's just like anytime he's on like on TV or anything like that, and I've had a couple drinks, so I'm feeling pretty good. I always start the Rudy chant, like Rudy, Rudy, Rudy. He's getting eaten by the demo dogs. I'm like, Rudy, Rudy.
You're doing great. You're doing great.
I am so entertained by you. But yeah, Bob the Brain.
Oops, sorry.
Sorry, Bob the Brain. He kind of came in as their like tech guy, eh?
Yeah, like maybe it was supposed to be kind of like a funny cameo type deal. I don't know.
Well, he was in Goonies too, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He was, I think, the Braces kid.
Yeah, I think so. Or was he in Stand By Me?
Mm-mm.
No? Okay.
Stand By Me is too old.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Maybe.
We could do a whole episode on Stand By Me. I'll be here all day.
I don't want to do an episode on kids finding a dead body.
With superpowers.
Now that I'd watch.
So for the first thing that I liked about season 2 is you find out Eleven's alive, which you suspect, but Ann Hopper has taken the role of like kind of like a surrogate dad. Or he's like uncomfortable with it, but not really at this point. Like he likes it, but doesn't want to admit he likes it.
I love the moment of him like bringing her to the cabin for the first time and like putting on that song, "You Don't Mess Around with Jim," and he's like dancing around and she's giving him like
which is how your teen would look at you.
Yeah, no, it's when this show started out, I was like, yeah, I relate more to these kids. Like now I'm like, I relate most to Hopper, no one else.
Right?
Just constantly tired of everyone's shit.
Maybe they did that on purpose, so like we would age with various characters. Or maybe they're just lazy.
Do you think the Duffers created COVID so that the show would take longer?
Yes.
Okay.
So I put for the second thing is when they're like Will and his friends are like at the arcade or like trick-or-treating or whatever, and he sees that big spider creature and then
Mind
like
Flayer.
Yeah. And all the adults are like, it's just PTSD. And they're like,
yeah,
no, it's not.
Yeah, I know. Can you imagine being him? He's like, I don't know, guys. It's pretty fucking vivid. And like, like I feel things because of it.
Am I supposed to see things crawling in me?
Shh. And here's the lollipop. Yeah.
Which is how most of mental health works.
Yeah. We know for certain you were trapped in another dimension being hunted by a very nasty creature, but this is in your mind.
You're fine. Walk it off. And then I'm gonna say this wrong, the Deotargden. How does Dustin say he finds that little guy?
Oh, D'Artagnan.
Yeah, and he's like,
Yeah,
but it's like, is it a baby Demi Gordon or whatever? I don't saying
yeah,
everything wrong.
yeah. It's like you find out at like the very end that it goes like it goes that Demo Dog, and then the Demo Dogs turn into Demogorgons.
Okay, which is the creature that Will created in Dungeons and Dragons, right?
No, they didn't create it. It's just a character in it. It's just like
Oh,
all of the things in there, they always like relay them to like Dungeons and Dragon characters. Like the Demogorgon, the Mind Flayer.
okay.
Yeah. Because like, the adults don't give a fuck about naming it, but the kids are like, yeah, we're gonna fucking call this.
It's like hiding a dog. Like it's just kind of like you didn't notice this creature.
Well, like when he had it in his thing in like the turtle tank or whatever, it was smaller. It's all of
Right.
a sudden he comes home and it's the size of a dog and it's busted out and it's eating his fucking cat.
I love that
Which like,
Dustin was the one that found him.
oh my god, I know. I loved the whole like him like luring it out of the house and like busting out of the shed like with all the fucking like hockey gear on and the hockey stick.
He's definitely one of my favorite characters. He's
Oh
just so
yeah,
goofy and lovable.
he's a fucking gem. Oh, it
Which brings
says
me to my next point. uh Steve and Dustin's budding bromance.
oh, isn't it just beautiful?
It's so cute.
Well, he takes him under his wing as like a little brother. I love it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which like did it ever mention that he wanted a brother or was in need of
Uh,
guidance?
I know Dustin's only child, but
Mm,
so maybe.
all right.
Yeah.
Yeah. And 11 and Mike get to go to the dance and kiss each other at the end.
Uh
It's a really cute season. Like it's mostly I just feel like a setup for season 3 and that you know what I mean? Like
mm.
I don't really feel like there was a ton of character development. I didn't even mention Jonathan and Nancy because I just don't care.
well, like they have the whole storyline with Murray, who I fucking love Murray.
Yeah, that's true.
Right? Like when he asked them, he's like, so how was the pullout? And they spit out their eggs. But like, yeah,
It's
they
so
have the whole
gross.
right. They have the whole thing where they're trying to debunk her one friend. What's her friend?
Barb, yeah.
Barb's death and all that. I did not care for Barb at all.
What about Barb?
Nobody cares about Barb. Did not care for Barb. Don't care.
Nobody
Don't.
gives a shit about Barb, right?
But yeah, they had the whole thing with exposing them, and like they're the ones that got the lab shut down in Hawkins, right?
Right. Okay.
So like this one, they kind of did have a little more important story. Jonathan's still a weird looking creep. I don't know if they're trying to get a guy who looks like he has a hard caffeine addiction and always tired.
Right.
Like they like good job.
Yeah, I'm like, are they trying to make him look like he's strung out? Like I don't.
He definitely does look like he's strung out all the time.
He's just that weird kid that, like, you know what? I probably would have dated in high school.
You know what? Maybe that's why you really don't like him.
I'm like, I know you. You're a piece of shit. I dated you twice. But yeah, that's all I have for season 2. You have
Season
anything
2. No, I think you handled it. Like, season 2, we got like I wonder if they're ever gonna do anything with. Remember, she went and found that other girl that was experimented on. I think I can't remember her name. I think she
It's
was
like 7
experiment
or something.
9. Yeah, or
Yeah.
something like that. She was the girl that could like make people see shit,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Yeah, it was like a filler episode. Like,
I think it was kind of like meant to be like episode like her like training montage where she gets stronger, because like when she comes back from that, she's like crazy powerful, right? She fucking ripping shit apart.
Looks like the
Especially
Crow.
oh, this says we have remaining 4 minutes.
Yeah, I'll just call you back.
Okay, cool. All right, let's keep going.
Yeah.
All right, but shit. Yeah,
Yes.
but I think that was more just meant to be like a training montage with it. I like the talk her and Hopper have in the truck on the way there, where he like tells her what happened to his daughter and all that.
Oh yeah.
Right. And then he like tells her, he's like, I don't hate the new look. And she's like, bitching. And he's like, all right, bitching.
He's like,
sure thing,
words.
kid. Yeah.
He's such a it's exactly who you're gonna be as a dad. You're gonna be like, is that hip?
Hibbity dibbity dubbity.
You're so embarrassing.
Oh yeah. I can't wait. So yeah, let's move on to the third season. We finally got Russians, and they've been like ranting about them for the last 2 seasons in this show, right? And then it's like, holy shit, it was the Russians.
Is that racist? I don't if we were right, is it racist?
It was the 80s. They were the go-to bad guy back then.
Well, they are now too. Not the go-to, they are the bad guy.
Hey, they did that to themselves this time.
No, love the Russian people. I don't
Yeah.
I feel like we're being mean.
A little bit. Oh
well. Yeah, so the third season we see the new character Robin too, who I think I have a girl crush on, but I'm not sure. She's so sassy and just like tells what's his face like you're not that great.
The actress is actually Winona Ryder's daughter.
Really?
Yeah. They look alike, eh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now that you say it. Yeah.
Yeah.
And Alexei, the Russian they
yeah,
capture, who's just like probably one of my favorite secondary characters or whatever, side characters.
The guy who really likes Slurpees.
Yeah, he's like refuses to give him any information until he gets the proper flavored smoothie.
Yeah. I like when Hopper just like has enough of his shit and like just like lets him go, and he comes back and he's like, he says strawberry's good too.
Fine, go.
Yeah.
I put sorry, go ahead.
Hopper's exhausted dad energy, which is like one of my favorite things, is like on fucking display so hard in this series. I love when he's like trying to keep Mike and 11 like apart, and he's like, Mike, your grandma died. So he can drive him home and threaten him.
That was actually my first point was Jim Hopper, the jealous dad, and just him as the entire season.
Oh God, I fucking I die at that part. He's just like, Mike, your grandma's dead. Drive you home.
And the Billy the lifeguard scene with all the thirsty moms.
Oh my God, I love it. Yeah, that's the hey lard ass scene.
Yeah.
And it's just like, how didn't that make them all just like, this guy's a fucking asshole?
Oh, fuck. All right. And so that brings us to my third favorite thing, which you kind of introduced with the beginning, or at the beginning, is Susie and Dustin and the never ending story.
I love the whole thing with him. Like, no one believes them that she's real. They're like, sure you do, but you got a girlfriend.
I love that he needs a code from her, but they decide to sing together first. And then he's like, okay, cool. Or like the whatever it was. Algorithm.
I love how she calls him Dusty Bun. I think it's hilarious.
You think we'll get to meet her in season 4?
I don't know. I bet you they'll be broken up in season 4, and he'll be all like
sad.
Not sad about it, but like, I should have never trusted women.
That's true. I could see that. That's
Yeah.
what I get for trusting women.
Yeah.
And then I put so when they're trying to translate like that Russian message coming through, basically that like Dustin, Steve, Robin, and what's Lucas's sister's name again?
Erica.
Erica, who is like
Erica, because
so
I always
sassy.
remember that because she has the whole like America Erica thing.
I like her and Dustin's like banter. They're like, who's nerdier? Like,
Yeah.
who's getting punched?
How he's like explaining My Little Pony to her and being like, that's a nerd story.
Yeah, I love the whole dynamic of like you think like there's maybe something between Steve and Robin, and then you find out like no, like she's a lesbian. They're gonna be just friends. And Steve's like, oh
Steve can't catch a fucking break.
no.
Since Jonathan beat him up.
His hair's amazing though, so that's kind of a win.
Amazing. I love that man's hair.
We should do a whole list of just amazing hair.
The
Top
best
10
hair on
best.
Stranger Things. We do talk about hair quite a bit, don't we?
We do. I think we appreciate it. Mine's in a bun, but I will flip it.
Thank you very much. In the upside down. But yeah, awesome season. I loved how I loved the rats and like the mind flayer like creating itself a body in the real world by just like exploding people and adding their matter to its.
Right. I love that Billy like became the villain or whatever because he was already a dick, right?
Yeah.
And then he gets like whatever you want, manifested or whatever, and he's just like that guy that plays that character. He should get more work. He's very good.
He was a Power Ranger, okay? The Red Power Ranger.
Does that even count though?
Jason.
Nobody cares.
Yes, I love that movie. It was great.
I don't think it
wasn't. It wasn't good, but it wasn't the best Power Rangers movie ever. Like, you know, the other one was pretty sick though. I love that shit.
I stopped watching it because I was afraid they would like wreck my memory of it. I don't know. But and my last point again is Jonathan and Nancy, nobody cares.
Yeah, you know, I guess they've just got like, I don't know, like she's just kind of there for them to be like, look, she's good with a gun.
Yeah. And I feel like those two, I don't know if they just didn't get like proper lines, but I just feel like they're not as good of characters.
Yeah, their story's really gonna have to wow us in the new season for us to give a fuck, eh? Because we just like haven't talked about them at all. It's just like near the end of like every season, we're like, and still whatever.
What do we think for the fourth season? Do you have any theories? I have no idea.
Well, like, of course, like, you know, at the end of this one, you know, Hopper, he disappears, right? And then we find out in the after credit scene that he's somehow in Russia.
Yeah, the American.
You know, yeah, we're gonna have to find out like how he got to Russia, right?
And Black Widow starts right at that point.
11's got to get her powers back because she lost her powers, right?
Yeah, I couldn't remember if they like alluded at all that she might be able to do it a little bit, but that might have been Inception. Might be
no, she tries and nothing really happens, you know, after they do, you know, after there's the Battle of Starcourt episode. Oh, so good, right?
Such a good episode.
With like with the mind flayer chasing their car because it thinks 11's in there because Billy thinks that and they're connected. And,
the whole mind fuck.
Right? It's I love some of the like body horror we get in it, like when they're in that house when they're in Hopper's cabin and it busts through and 11 like rips it apart.
Right. Oh, or that gross scene where they like dig it out of her leg.
Oh yeah, and she's like, I can
Ooh.
do it, and she pulls it out, and that's when Hopper comes back and stuffs on it. It's awesome.
I love how every season finale is like the entire gang is usually there.
Yeah,
like all their stories finally bring them together, and there's some shit going down.
I think in this new season, because we always have in Stranger Things, like, you know, every, like, you know, this group's off doing their thing, this one's off doing their thing, because there's no cell phones.
That's right, man. So many things in like the 80s, 90s would not be a problem if they just had cell phones.
Right?
Seinfeld, don't even get me started.
But like, well, but like they always, like, they're off doing their own thing, and then they all come together, like, with all, like, you know, with what every one of them figured out. But
yeah.
So like, I think for the season 4, we're gonna get most of the episodes, and then we'll have, like, I think it's 2 or 3 at the very that'll come out at the end of July, right? Or the beginning of July.
Yeah, they're taking a break or something.
Yeah.
Right?
There's like about a month in between.
Which is
They're gonna release part 1 and part 2. Yeah, I know. But oh my god, the fucking lengths for like part 2, like every episode's over an hour.
Yeah,
it's fucking crazy. So. Some of them are over, I think some of them were over 2 hours as well.
Yeah, some of them are like full-length movies.
Yeah. So like, oh, I can't wait. Like, they used this 3 years so well.
They better bring the goods, because if they fuck me like Game of Thrones, I'm gonna write a letter. And that's all I have to say about that.
Yeah. And that's our Stranger Things episode. We're excited for the 4th thing. I think Billy's the thing we see.
I hope so. I do hope they bring him back. He's the character. I just like watching him, like, on screen. Like, he's pretty. Well, like, I mean, like, he's a good actor too.
Like, we see Max get, like, you know, like, I don't know, she's levitating. I don't know if she's doing it. Doesn't look like she's doing it.
No.
Looks like right outside of Billy's grave in the trailer, right?
Yeah, and I'm like, I doubt that that's a way that they would be like, hey, look, 11 got her powers back while you're mourning over his grave.
Yeah, I don't think it's 11 doing that.
No, which, yeah, it will be exciting to see. I think if you have any comments about what you think season 4 is going to bring, put them below if you do watch this video, please.
Yeah. For like all 11 people that will probably watch it. Thank you.
Thank you. Yeah. Thanks, Mom. No, I'm just kidding. Oh, that's my smoke alarm. Just ignore it. All right.
All right. Lacey's house is burning down, so we got to go.
Bye.
Bye.